Oh, wear jammies all day if we want to. You know, sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't.
Well, I don't
And I make them a Christmas shirt.
Yeah, I'll wear the shirt, but then I usually wear sweatpants because I'm Pooh Bear. For my GIs.
Don't give me that.
Opening up Christmas presents like Pooh Bear. Dad, no, stay sit. Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Can.
And this is the Dan and Can Show. Yay, fanfare, all that good stuff.
We have a guest named Haley.
Our little puppy. Dog that just enjoys being around people and not enjoys being alone.
She does not like to be by herself. Unless she's in her kennel.
Yeah.
But she doesn't like being in her kennel necessarily when she knows people are here.
Haley is the definition of FOMO. If there's anything going on, she's got to be a part of it.
She has to know what's happening.
Yes. So, anywho, it's been a weird week. I don't even know what day it is right now. This last 4 days I've been out odd hours working on snow removal. So who knows what you're going to get today, folks, on this episode. It could be a doozy, if you will. We'll see.
I've gotten plenty of sleep.
It shows. Look at that radiance. So, anyways, we are 8 days away from the Christmas holiday. Are you excited?
Sure.
Well, 8 days when this comes out, but I haven't done any of my Christmas shopping yet. I usually have a good chunk done, but I gotta meet with the kids and make sure we have our list so we don't duplicate.
Checking it twice.
Because we're all going to give you underwear for Christmas.
Joy. Fun. I love it I would love to see you guys pick out underwear for me and see if I liked it. No, not really. Complete sarcasm. Please do not pick out underwear for me. Not even you.
Rude. Since we are 8 days away, let's get to know each other a little bit, huh? What do you say? You think that'll be a good idea?
Sure.
All right. Get to know you. I created everything tonight by myself. So what are some traditions that aren't common traditions at the Christmas holiday that you just look forward to every year? So not putting up a Christmas tree or whatever, special things to you. And one is, for me, would be making the family recipe bread and getting that all set.
What's it called? Say the name of the bread.
Potizia.
Which describe the bread to them.
It is a Bohemian recipe. My family, one side was Bohunks, straight off the boat, and they had a family recipe of this nut bread. It's walnuts in a honey and egg white filling. So it's rolled up like a cinnamon roll, but you don't cut it like cinnamon rolls. You leave it in a loaf form in a circle.
It looks like a big swirl.
Yeah.
And you cut it along the swirl, and it's good. It's a sweet bread, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll do a video on making it this year when I do that.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
One of these Fridays when I'm off, I'll have to do it. So maybe next week. But so I do that, and then getting the stuff ready for the gift baskets that we give out, because friends and family, because I like to create new things on there. So I can't say what I'm making.
This year you got vanilla in there, right?
Oh, you're giving away the secrets. If people listen.
Nobody's listening that's going to get it.
Yes, we made vanilla, distilled our own spirits, and soaked our beans, and that sounds inappropriate.
Those beans have been soaking for a long time, and I think I've used some of it.
So have I.
I haven't used it in baking.
I did.
Have you?
No,
Did it taste
Thanksgiving
all right?
bacon, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice anything.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah. Off about it. I mean, it tasted good. So, yeah.
Yeah. Would you recommend doing that? Is it really worth it?
It's
I
just
mean,
because I know and I do that stuff anyway. The toughest part's getting the alcohol. So you could go
well,
to the
yeah.
store and buy a bottle of vodka, make your own vanilla, and then it's just
Yeah. You just need
patience.
vanilla beans and
Yeah.
alcohol, right?
Yeah.
But we actually got the vanilla beans and then you actually made the alcohol, which is
Yeah.
not something people who make vanilla usually probably do, is do the alcohol themselves.
I do all the time.
I know.
So,
Well,
anywho, so yeah, that's one unique tradition I look forward to, the goodies being made. How about you?
I would say making donuts on Christmas morning.
Oh, yeah. You have to make the donuts.
The kids like that
You're
too.
the old Dunkin' Donut guy. Gotta make the donuts.
Is that a commercial? I don't
You don't remember
it.
that commercial? The guy from Dunkin' Donuts, who's an old guy.
See, we need to do like a clip where you could put it in and we could watch it.
Well, it might be copyrighted, but I can put his image up. But
but what happens if it's copyrighted? They take the whole video down?
Yeah. So
it's not like we're getting paid for these right now. So like, anyways.
Anywho.
Go ahead.
So yeah, there was a commercial back in the 80s where this guy, he had a mustache and bigger guy. He'd be walking down the street in the dark. And people would be like, "What are you doing?" "Gotta make the donuts." That's all he'd say as he walked in. Then he'd make the donuts and people would eat them.
No, I don't know that commercial.
All right. Well, you didn't watch much TV when you were a youth.
I did. We watched Bozo the Clown.
Oh, Bozo, the grand prize game. That was a good time. I wanted to be on that show. Never was in Chicago. So, dreams lost. Any other unique?
The numbers on the presents, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was started by my parents, my mom. She would put numbers on the presents so we couldn't tell whose present went to who. And
you do better than your mom, though, because your mom would lose the list. She'd have the wrong numbers and names associated on the list. So you guys would open a present. She'd be like, "Oh, no, that's not for you. That's for them."
I'm wondering if we've had that happen, though. Maybe.
No, we haven't.
Well, and plus, you got to be fair to my mom, it got so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got, and then when we had partners, she kept doing it. And then we had grandkids, she kept doing it. And so it got bigger and bigger,
And she had multiple people wrapping presents and
assigning numbers. It's me and you working together to create that. So,
we streamlined the system.
Out pretty good. Yeah.
Figured it out. I think another one would
maybe
be.
We should,
oh, what? Go ahead.
I was going to say maybe we should use a spreadsheet this year.
Okay. So, anyways, moving on.
A spreadsheet we can't because you can't have access. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to make a spreadsheet, but I thought maybe you.
I'm the spreadsheet guy.
Yeah, I'll use them. I've made them. I
got spreadsheets for everything. Always have. But another one I can think of is my annual trip with the children. Mom's free day at home that we always laugh about now because it was, and I can understand this when we had all the kids were like 2 to 10 or whatever it was.
Yeah, when they're all little.
You're like, I need a day off just to relax.
I need a day at home. Yeah. But then I would spend it cleaning.
Yeah. So then
the whole day.
After a year or two doing that, then we spent the Saturday before just cleaning everything. So you didn't have to clean, but then you still found something to clean because you didn't get into every nook and cranny.
Now I keep it fairly clean.
There's a couple of years we'd come home and you'd be on the couch with a glass of wine, sitting down watching Hallmark movies. Mom's toasted.
I'd crochet. I'd wrap some presents. Yeah. I've done self-tanner during that time. I'm looking forward to it, actually. This year I didn't know if I wanted to do it.
We're gone for 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes 6 or 7, depending on if we had to run around town finding just the right color of, what was that? Dutch oven for you because we had to get the perfect color. And we get home, and every time we get home, he'd be like, "You're home. I missed you." You're just like Haley. You're home. You're home. I missed you so much. I don't like being alone. So this year you told the oldest, I think I might want to go with you. And it would probably work out because it used to be that that's how we do all your shopping for you. And so I didn't have to go out 5 different times with 5 different kids 'cause I just didn't have time for it. So I'd take them all out at once where you'd go out individually. But so that's when we get all your stuff. Now they all just get it on Amazon or do it themselves because they can drive or whatever.
Yeah.
So we basically just go out to lunch and then go to Dollar Tree and find your stocking stuffers.
Oh, God. They give me disgusting things sometimes.
Oh, flavored mustards with pickles in a bag.
I think we've tried some of this stuff too. Some of it I'm like, I'm not even going to open that thing. That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Pickled or herrings and tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, okay, we're going to eat this on Christmas then. That's all. You guys bought it. We're all going to share it. I'm like, no, it's yours.
Everybody's got to try it.
But that's our kids. And you know which one leads that charge.
Oh, I think I know full well.
Yeah. She's at work right now.
She leads a lot of things.
So, any other things you can think of that we do?
Just me taking the kids out, which you already alluded to.
You got to get going on that.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have to do it. I don't really have to do it anymore shopping wise, except for the youngest. I'll take him.
Yeah, but it was more than that.
I take him to get a cookie.
Yeah.
And I should find something fun we could do because we don't really. Well, I'll take him to get stocking stuffers, you know. But it's kind of short, and I'll probably pick up a couple cookies for the other kids, older ones.
No, you got to go out with each one of them.
I don't think I take them each out.
You doubt.
Once they've...
Because they'll start asking, when are we going to go get our cookie? They want to go with you.
Well, they'll say, when are we going to get their cookie? But I don't know if I take them once they've... I don't know. We'll see. I might still do it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you've done it.
I'm trying to think if there's any other little traditions that we do. Not really.
No, I mean, there's probably some that we can't think of.
I just like the day together. Oh, we wear jammies all day. If we want to. You know, some days, sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't.
Well, I don't. And
I make them a Christmas shirt.
Yeah, I'll wear the shirt, but then I usually wear sweatpants because I'm Pooh Bear. For my jeans.
Don't give me that.
Opening up Christmas presents like Pooh Bear. Dad, no, stay sit.
Yeah, stay under the blanket. Do not move. We will hand everything to you. You know, you could just put on pajama pants, Dan. You have pajama pants.
Yeah, I don't like how they wear, though.
Why?
I like them. They always tend to be a little too tight, either around the thighs or whatever.
Pajama pants?
I like them baggy.
They are baggy, Dan.
Yeah.
Then you don't have the right size.
Yeah. I got thighs like Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
My quads.
Put your thigh in the video right now. Just kidding.
Well, I'm Pooh Bear.
Are you Pooh Bearing over there?
Yeah. That's why we cut it off right here.
Is that why this guy's face back here, or whatever, over there looks
that
so
guy's like,
horrified?
Put the mouse back in the house. This guy right here. Let's see. There, that's your face whenever you see it too.
Yeah. What am I looking at?
So, all right. Well, that's the get to know us part. How about we play a little bit of a game? And this is going to be, you probably never watched David Letterman a whole lot.
I've seen David Letterman.
But on his show, he had top 10 lists, right?
Maybe I remember.
Well, we're going to create a couple top 5 lists.
Okay.
Okay.
Of what?
Well, that's going to be the thing. What I can come up with here.
Top 5 what?
So top 5 gifts as a child you hated.
I hated?
Not specific, but types. It could be types. It could be a specific one that you hated to receive. Mine was always clothes. And I always knew when it was clothes because it'd be that thin box that was like that long and that square.
I remember you were probably past that the first Christmas that we were together.
Yeah.
Because you got like 15 thin boxes stacked on top of each other. And each of us, me and your two sisters, got these like tennis bracelets.
Yeah.
So we got a little small bag each. And then you had this stack that was like 15 high. Like, I was like, interesting how this works. I mean, because I'm not a bracelet. I like bracelets and stuff, but I'm not like a fancy jewelry kind of person. So
it goes back to some previous episodes of Love Language. My mom loves jewelry, so she thinks
she was giving jewelry. There were girls. Yeah, she thought, oh, okay. Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not really I like jewelry, but it's not something.
Yeah.
I'll just buy like regular cheap jewelry when I want something, and then I'll, I don't
on that
need
Christmas,
fancy stuff.
my sisters were going off because they're like, well, Danny gets 15 and we get this one. I'm like, your one cost like $800. I got 15 shirts.
And I hate clothes.
15 shirts that mom and dad picked out for me.
Oh,
Mom.
God, yeah.
So, yeah, enough said.
I know our kids do not like us picking out their clothes. They are going to pick them for us. They will send us a list if they want clothes.
They're very specific.
I didn't mind clothes. What I always dreaded was getting a bra.
Ooh, yeah.
I was always so anxious on Christmas morning, like, please don't let me get a bra. I don't want to get a bra. I don't want to open a bra in front of my brothers. And it never happened to me. But my younger sisters, some of them did, but they didn't mind. But I was just like, oh, God, please, God, I will do anything for you if you will just not have me open a bra. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really hated.
Well, the specific clothes, socks and underwear, which is the first 2 rounds in our house. The kids always laugh.
You're getting socks and underwear.
Is this socks or is this underwear? So the older girls know because you don't buy their underwear anymore. You just give them a gift card. And the boys, they don't know what kind of underwear they like. And it might be that way for theirs. All of them. Yeah. We're not hard.
I mean, that's how they get them.
Yeah.
Every year. I mean, I'm the only one that doesn't get them every year. I could use socks. White socks.
Set a reminder. So yeah. What else as a kid did you not like seeing as a gift? I remember stocking stuffers. It was my parents always put an orange in there.
Oh yeah, my parents did that. If we got stockings,
that went right back in the fridge with the rest of the oranges.
That's funny. I think I actually would eat mine, but I do. My parents did not do stockings regularly. We were so excited if we got stockings because it was hit and miss.
Yeah.
A lot of years we didn't. Some years we did. I don't know why.
Ours, we always had them, and it was always the same. You had one orange, you had a candy cane full of Hershey Kisses or whatever, a couple other candies, and then some McDonald's or Burger King coupons. $5 worth. Which honestly bought a meal back then.
Would probably give you a meal. Yeah, exactly.
Now $5 gets you 10 chicken nuggets.
If that. They get you a drink.
Yeah. So, is there anything else that I didn't like? How about you? Can you think of anything else you dreaded seeing?
There was not a regular type of present that we got. It was always, I didn't know what we were getting. There was nothing that was like the same every year. Mm-hmm. I couldn't predict, like, I'm going to get socks. I don't remember that happening. It was just always different things. Okay. My mom would just shop throughout the year and buy strange things.
Well, we got 3 on our top 5 list. That's not bad. You'd probably say massagers now.
I was thinking that. I was thinking like a massager would not be something I do not want because you've gotten me so many. I have like every massager. Oh, yeah. Walkman radios. Yeah.
Hey, you kept breaking it and you needed it. You were an active girl and needed your music while you were active.
I don't think I was breaking them.
Well, they broke
I think
on
you were
themselves.
just like, they came out with something new on this one.
It was cool.
I don't know. I think it was because you didn't want to put a lot of thought in it. And I do know that that's what it was.
What are you accusing
You can look,
me
see
of?
the eyes back there behind? She's surprised too.
He's not. He's glaring.
He's glaring at you for me figuring out all your secrets.
All right, another list here. What are the 5 foods or treats you look forward to most every Christmas season?
What are the 5 Christmas foods?
Or treats you look forward to every year?
Your bread is not one I like. I do look forward to my donuts.
Yeah, the baked sweets that are usually around, they're usually pretty good. Like in my parents' thing, there's always
I never even usually get the sweets at your parents'
there's
thing. 'Cause
always a
they seem-
table. My aunt always makes the mini cheesecakes with the cherry on top,
Oh, yeah.
and it's the box cheesecake mix, but
It's good, though.
yeah, it's still good.
Yeah.
Then there'll be different caramels and candies and cookies and all sorts
Oh, your
of stuff.
mom's caramels are good
Yeah.
that she makes. Your mom's, is it biscotti that she always makes me?
Oh, yeah.
That I look forward to. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. She always gives me some of those. I'm trying to think that we have on Christmas Day even.
Christmas Day
I
is
don't like it when we do the 7 layer dip, but we have that other times of the year too sometimes
yeah.
for big events. I like that.
Yeah, we do all the snacks because the kids really didn't like a sit down. And honestly, it kind of makes sense not to do a sit down meal. We're exhausted and no one wants to clean afterwards.
Yeah, no.
So it's a bunch of crock pots and air fryers.
Easy cleanup usually, yeah.
Put the liners in the crock pot and just throw away the remnants and
yeah,
you're good to go. But
a day of ease.
Yeah, meatballs and wieners. Remember when I said we were going to have balls and wieners? And Calvin was like, you put little boys' wieners in the crock pot. He was
Those little
nervous.
tiny like wieners.
Cocktail
Yeah.
wieners.
Those little cocktail wieners. Yeah. And he was he thought that's what we were going to eat was like little boys' wieners.
Yeah. Monkey puke dip. Yeah. So that's good.
I could do without that one, but I know you guys like it. It's all right.
Kids like it, yeah.
Just like
the
Velveeta. It's like a
spinach
heart attack.
artichoke
You know?
dip.
Oh, I like that one. I do
Yeah.
like that one.
Whatever. So what other foods are there? Oh, my dad's spread's always pretty good because you'll have the ribs and then you have the roast beef, the mushrooms that the kids like and you like.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Stuffed mushrooms. I like those.
Ann always brings a thing of sushi. And yeah, that Bo loves that. He's a sushi
Bo just takes
fiend.
the whole tray. Remember the year Calvin ate all the stuffed mushrooms and then puked on your parents' brand new white carpet?
Yeah, the mushrooms are pretty. It's a mushroom cap that you take cream cheese, bacon, the stems of the mushroom chopped up, and then a couple seasonings and whatnot, and you
breadcrumbs on top.
Put that in there, and then you soak breadcrumbs in butter and put that on top. So it's
they're
real
very,
rich.
Rich. But
And
they're good. They're good.
He ate a couple dozen, I think, that night, and his tummy wasn't having it. So he's not allowed to eat stuffed mushrooms at my parents' house anymore.
No, stop. He's.
But
I also look forward to eggnog. I like to have a little bit of eggnog during the season. Even though these are all like very.
Oh, it's a rich holiday. But that's tradition. If we go back to last year and you're talking about Saturnalia, it was a feast of all the finest foods, you know. Mm-hmm. And that's always been the tradition. You eat the roast beast and all the high
and
quality
after
foods.
like Christmas time and stuff, you're like ready to like eat healthy again. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just like, because you're just like, oh, I just feel like a glutton over the past couple days or whatever.
I'm not computing what you're saying here, so.
All right.
going on. Okay.
Okay.
5 favorite. Let's see here. How should we rephrase this? Your 5 favorite Christmas movies or shows.
Didn't we do this last week, Dan?
Did we?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm
We can't
out
repeat.
Of it.
Okay.
I'm out of it. Fine. Whatever. Be like that. I can't think of anything else then. So,
how about your favorite Christmas songs?
ooh, there we go. 5 favorite Christmas songs.
One of my top ones is, it's Sia sings it. I can't remember how it goes.
Yes, you got the Sia Christmas album last year.
Yeah, I like that. There's one song in there that I really, really like. But I also like Last Christmas, I Gave You My Heart. I like that. That's one of my favorite ones.
Let's see. I'm trying to
What about you?
I don't know if I really have favorite ones. I just kind of get in
Listen
the
to
mood
'em.
for 1 or 2 of them, and then there'll be an
You're done.
earworm for a couple days. And I'll be singing it, but I know the kids, Calvin used to love Mariah Carey, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think.
Was it Cal, or was one of the
I
other
don't
ones?
know.
All I want for Christmas
is you.
is you.
I mean, there's a lot of like the Frank Sinatra
Yeah.
songs. Anything he really sings Christmassy, I like.
Baby, It's
that
Cold
kind of stuff.
Outside. That's one of my favorites.
Isn't that the one that people are like, oh, that's such a terrible song?
Yeah.
No.
Let me in. I don't want to.
Basically,
Come
no
on.
consent song.
I'm horny.
It's
Let me
cool.
in. No, I'm not. Baby,
Come
I'm
on,
freezing.
it's cold. It's freezing. Come on. Or, yeah. She's trying to leave. And he says, no, stay. Isn't that what's going on in that song?
I thought it was he's trying to get into the house
I
after a
really
date.
can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. Na 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 na, baby, it's cold outside. Yeah, I think she's trying to leave, and he won't let her. So that says a lot about you. Next.
All right, let's get into the meat of this one. It's not really a Christmas theme thing, but I've been out plowing and salting the last few nights, and I'm a big podcast guy. And I heard a story today that kind of relates to the topic at hand. And it was Dan Cummins. We'll get into it here. This is the slow reveal. It's a slow burn.
Because I don't know. I know as much as you guys do.
So today it came on. It was Dan Cummins' Time Suck. And he was talking about addiction. That was the topic of this thing.
What are we listening to and watching right now?
I'm trying to
you're
declog a little bit.
You're snuffing.
I'm all plugged up. So in it, he was telling different stories of addiction throughout the years of the history of man, all the substances, and how it became known as addiction and not so much. Anyways, he was telling a story about the indigenous people of America and how it became known as the old trope that the Native Americans were the firewater, that whole myth, right?
No, I don't know what that is.
So alcohol.
Yeah.
The natives, became a stereotype of many Americans that they were all, once alcohol was introduced to their society.
I think that still is kind of around, isn't it?
Yeah. That trope is still around, and it, quite frankly, has no really grounding behind it, because what was happening is throughout history, it was always the well-to-do, the establishment, the rich would okay their substance abuse. So if they wanted to smoke opium.
Like cocaine and you got crack, right?
And if you want to smoke, opium or whether it was alcohol, that it's all right for us to do it because we can handle it. We're well-to-do. It's more for us. But the problems that come when the poor people start getting into these substances. And that's where all the nightmares come out, the crime and everything else. Not understanding that even the rich people were suffering from this. They was just able to hide it better.
Oh, yeah,
through
yeah.
their lawyers or whatever. So that's how this stereotype of the natives came in, because then it was these savages can't handle all these things we bring in. And now they're abusing it, and it's causing all these issues. So we've got to control them and contain them. So it gave them a moral authority over them that, nope, you can't handle this. So we need to, this is how you guys are. This is what you people are. And so that became the stereotype that they put out of, we have to keep an eye on them and control them. They're a problem. We have to limit their resources and everything else. So
they convinced people what the problem was.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to get rid of people that weren't like them. Yeah. And so they convinced people there was a problem with them, and this is the problem, and we're also the solution to the problem, which gives us what we want, which was to get rid of certain people.
The thing is that these substances have always been a coping mechanism. So when the poor people were trying to cope with life on a day-to-day basis, so in this case,
because of the rich making it so difficult.
So the indigenous people, their lands are being taken from them.
Yeah,
everything's being stripped from them.
Children were taken from them too.
They have diseases introduced to them that are wiping out their families and everything else. So they went to these substances to cope, like so many other people.
That's a natural response. You find something to help you cope with life. Yeah.
Color, race, creed, or whatever. But now all of a sudden it's a indigenous people issue, because look what's happening here. You got all these drunkards going around. We have to take care of it. That's true. So what they did was they just installed this idea of fear, which is kind of our topic, based on, we've talked about this before, but I want to take a different angle on something I saw the other day. There was a post, a guy came out and said, it seems that nowadays you see more of a love and accepting attitude coming out, especially from the younger generations. So just towards societal,
anybody, more empathy, yeah.
So LGBTQ boomers, very much so aren't a lot.
They're too different than what they want
as a group. Now there are exceptions. I mean, there's a lot of boomers out there that are accepting, or maybe they accept, but it doesn't come across that way because they just don't understand. You know.
And isn't that typical of older generations? Like our generation will have trouble when Gen Z or Gen A comes up, and we will be like, we don't like that because it's different than what we're used to.
And Gen X, where we're in, is kind of a little less, but we still have the issues. We kind of see, like with work, the millennials don't want to work anymore. Why doesn't a millennial want to stay at a job, get a job, and that's your job for 40 years?
They don't want to work in the same job and not learn skills and new skills. Yeah. They don't want to be trapped to one employer, making one employer rich their whole,
Our generation, when we talk to people our age about stuff like that, some of them understand it, some of them don't. We're kind of this in between. The boomers are all like, well, no, I don't understand why you're not doing this. It doesn't make sense. This is how it's always been.
Yeah.
But so this guy was talking, he says, it seems like there's more acceptance of some of these cultural things. And I think that's kind of how the world works, is that as new generations come in,
it's always that way.
These new ideas have been around.
They bring in
fresh
years. Ideas. Yeah.
That's what they
test
understand it. So LGBTQ, they've been around it their whole existence, where boomers never saw it. It was sinful. It was punishable by crime.
People were killed if they came out, You
go back to some of the 1950s PSAs and stuff where here is the homosexual, and you have to watch out for him, children, because he is a devious mind, and he's going to take you, and it's just these off-the-chain commercials that they do in the 50s. But that's really what the boomers grew up with. We started when we were coming up, we still had our gay slurs and all that that we used on each other, but we also knew some people that were gay. So we were more
not as opposed, like more open-minded about it. Yeah.
More open-minded. We weren't having those commercials and that opposing viewpoint. Well,
didn't want them to be punished or anything. Yeah.
So now millennials.
But still, there was a feeling of Well, especially
Yeah.
when you grow up in like Christianity, which a lot of us did, where it's like shamed. But yeah,
So
definitely
now
it was
you
breaking
have
its.
more Gen Alpha millennials that this is just part of their life. We have all these things going on here, and this is who we are. So it's just part of our life. We understand it. We have our kids had people that were out in school with them. We didn't have that in our grade. So they're bringing over friends that are part of the LGBT community and introducing them to us. We're like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine, because we're a pretty accepting family. And
I think for us, like being gay was like, we were adjusting to that, right?
Yeah.
I think this next generation, it's like trans people are coming out and they're in the schools, and it's like, not that they weren't in the schools before, they had to stay in the closet. They had to be quiet about it. And I think sometimes kids, it's kind of neat because we've seen kids that we know, friends of our kids, that are like exploring whether they're trans or not. They don't know, and they're able to explore it without like their friend group. Not everybody, because we are in a red state too. I don't know if it's different in a blue state, but so it's still rattling everybody's minds. It's good. We're helping us grow, but
So this guy was talking, he says, so it seems like this is happening. And the fear that was being put out by the systems, whether it be church or government or whatever,
and both,
is losing its grasp.
Yeah,
because
it is.
Love conquers fear. So they don't want to see the love of empathy and acceptance and inclusion, because that chips away at the fear that they've had built their systems on. So you look at the systems of the church and now our state, where LGBT, and we'll focus on probably LGBTQ is a pretty obvious one to focus on here, where the church has been anti-LGBTQ since the 70s, but it seems like forever. But the state had always been that way up until, maybe the 80s and 90s started lessening. I mean, it was still kind of tough.
Wasn't it because religion and state kind of did still go together, because a lot of the people were religious that were in the government, right?
They were, but that was because most of the people were religious in the country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not because the government was made that way. It's because the people who were elected were. Because Christianity's been like top dog for a long time.
Over the last 20 years or so, this massive switch to inclusion and acceptance, and that challenges the authority of the church that's always put out, no, this is wrong. This isn't acceptable. And because what's the fear? This isn't natural. This isn't the way of God. God created man and wife. God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and all this stuff. But if the younger generations are like, this isn't so. I mean, these are people.
They're getting to know their neighbors. Yeah. And they're getting to know them. And I think for me, one of the biggest scripture verses that actually helped me when I was first deconstructing was, what's the one? Perfect love casts out fear. And that is really what happens. I mean, the more you love, the fear just kind of goes away, and you're not afraid of all these different people because of love. It's just, if you know how loved you are too, that takes away the fear. Like if you think in a family, or the people that that love you, like I know I can't think of anything that would make you stop loving me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid, because I know how much you love me and how much I love you. There's not like this fear that I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that is true
for
anybody who.
Do you know offhand?
I want to say it's in 1 John, maybe. I could look it up.
That's interesting, because you think about how the church system's set up, and we're talking just the church. We're not talking belief systems. Well, we are, but we're not talking personal beliefs. You can believe in Jesus. You can believe in Buddha. You can believe in Muhammad. Don't care. It's these systems that are behind it. And the systems have been built 100% on fear.
Oh, yeah.
Their whole control and manipulation process is on this fear of hell. You get rid of hell and that fear, you get rid of the system. So that verse is directly contradictory into how they operate.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that is one of the things that helped me continue to deconstruct because I clung to it. Like, all right, if I'm afraid of something, then I don't know love all the way. So I kept going, and that is how they operate. It is because if you took away hell from evangelical Christianity, what are people being saved from?
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing scary. They don't need to be saved from anything. So then they won't. You see what I'm saying? That's why you'd think people would be so happy to think, oh, there's not a hell. No, they hate it when you say that. They hate it because they need it because that's what they think they're being saved from.
Everything's based on that eternal punishment.
Yeah.
Which is such a sad thing to see these, because from a philosophical standpoint, if religions could just focus on the unknown and exploring it openly, religions could be a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's what they could be. Yeah.
Hell got introduced into Christianity. It changed the whole game for it because now there was something to fear. And now there was something we could hold over people to be like, you have to do this or you're going to hell. Did you lose the dog?
Yeah, she jumped down. I'm just seeing if she wants to sit. I don't want her to get into anything. Here, lay down.
So, once you lose that fear, then they don't have control anymore. So and what conquers that? Like you said, love. But their whole system's based on this ideology of what's going to happen to you. Because everyone questions, what happens to me when I die? No one knows the answer. But religion comes out and says, we know the answer.
Yeah.
And Christianity comes out
more. And it ain't good if you don't agree with us. Yeah.
Christianity says, if you don't believe like me and follow my rules and benefit my system, give me all your money and all your time and everything else to propagate me and build me up, then you're going to hell.
Yeah.
But that's the answer. So, nothing on that?
But I mean, yes, you're right that they do base it off of fear of punishment, fear of hell, fear of even just disappointing God, because you have some parts of Christianity where it's like, oh, but nothing can pluck you out of God's hand. And I got into that part of Christianity, which helped me deconstruct too, because I thought, okay, I'm not going to be able to like pull myself out of his hand either. So I can explore, right?
You redefine the image of God.
Yes, that's what was slowly happening over time for myself. You actually
believed what was being said about the image of the New Testament God. Where Christians say this is the New Testament God, but then they operate under the Old Testament God's authority.
Yes, exactly. I think I was in deconstruction. I was believing in the God that Jesus was talking about, which was like God is love and love your neighbor. That's the thing.
Again, love.
Rather than, it was all, well, and he said, how will they know that you follow me? By your love. And what evangelicals tend to do with that was they would, I don't know if it was added, I don't know how it got translated that way. I don't know if that's the original words, but he says, if you love your love for one another, and they take that and say your love just for other Christians, right? So that's why they're partial to their own. They're going to like, they don't want to help the children that need food at school because some of those aren't Christians. They don't want to help people in other countries that are struggling because they're not Christians. So sometimes you can get some of them to see the ridiculousness of this when you say take people in Gaza. Some of those are Christians that are being killed for, people in another country who do not believe in Jesus at all. And some of them, that troubles them a little bit. And they will be like, oh, but others, the masses, they don't care.
No. And
they don't think about that. It is like an Old Testament God that they're.
Yeah. And the whole Christian faith is based on this just, cognitive dissonance. Where the modern Christian saying, this is our God, he's a loving God, our God is a faithful God.
Awesome God.
Awesome God,
Awesome
whatever. I changed my words. But they have this image of this great, and he's your daddy. He's daddy. You got to go to daddy.
Yeah. They talk out both sides of the mouth.
When they act on it, he's this vengeful motherfucker that's coming
scary.
after you. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's going to be, if you step out of line once, you're done for.
I think C.S. Lewis, maybe it's in Narnia, and it's talking about Aslan, who's supposed to represent Jesus, right?
Yeah.
He's talking about like how he's good, but he's not safe. And that is, to me, ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's basically saying God, like, he can do it reminds me of that stupid song by Ben Carlson. Is that who it is? Basically, don't take these things away from me. Like, I have this wife and these good, please, God, don't take these things away from me. And at first I kind of liked it because it's catchy. But then I was like, his idea of God is that he can just take everything away. And I used to think like that too. Like, God could just rip it all away from you. He gives it to you, but he can also just rip it all away. And like, how cruel. Would you do that to your kid? Would you, as they're enjoying it, they enjoy it too much, I'm taking it, like, come on.
Let me see. Now you got this Benson Boone.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a good Ben Carlson.
It was going to bother me the whole episode, the rest of this episode, if I didn't get that name.
But it's like, I don't know what the song is named at.
Beautiful Things.
Beautiful Things, yeah. And it's just a sad view of God that he can just
take it away. But think about what was defined as love, because we're talking about this. If anyone sat down and said, what is love? And they started describing what love looked like in their life, and it would look nothing like what the church systems are doing.
Even their own scriptures in 1 Corinthians 13 doesn't describe the love that they talk about.
Because it's not going to match up. And this is the image of their God. Because we had a definition of love. And what is love is doing what is right in the light of eternity.
Oh, we were told that. But then if you go to 1 Corinthians 13, it's love is patient. It's kind. It doesn't envy. It doesn't boast. Think about this with Christianity. It doesn't boast. It doesn't insist on its own way. Mm-hmm. Like, look at God. He's insisting on you have to do it this way or you're going to hell. Mm-hmm. It also doesn't keep a record of wrongs. Hell is the ultimate keeper of records.
What happens when you go, what would they always say to you? When you die, you're going to go up there and Jesus is going to be sitting on the throne and he's going to open up the book of life. Yeah. What is the book of life? It's a record of wrongs and rights that you did.
Who believe? Yeah. And people say, no, it's not about works. It's about whether you believed or not. That is a work in and of itself. If you have to choose to believe, that is a work that you are doing. It is something you are doing in order to be saved. It's not by grace. That's not grace. It's works. And I remember my mom, they used to also say that your whole life was going to be played on like a screen. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
My mom still is like, I want to see my whole life replayed. And I'm like,
that's your mom.
I do not want to see it. Like all the things that I've done that were like hurtful. I don't want to see those replayed where it hurt somebody's feelings or, I mean, sure, it'd be nice to go back to certain memories and stuff and revisit them. But my mom acts like she was a freaking saint. And I'm like, you want to see how you parented?
I got some memories that you're not going to want to see. But I can't remember, but I know you've heard this imagery too, where you're in the court.
Oh, yes, yes.
And you're found guilty.
God's the judge.
Yeah.
Right? God's the judge. Satan is the prosecutor.
Yeah. And Jesus is your
attorney. And Christ is your defender. Yeah.
And you're found guilty. Mm-hmm. And God issues the punishment, eternity in hell. And Jesus steps up and says, no.
I'll do it. Yeah.
I'll serve the punishment. Not how
Which
court
doesn't
works.
Even. No. And would that even, like, it doesn't even make sense, first of all. I mean, a lot of things that didn't make sense to me, like, okay, they would also say Jesus paid your penalty, right? And so he went to hell for 3 days and then he got out. Like, he knew he was getting out in 3 days, if that's what happened, but according to the story, that's the way that we're told, right? He's getting out in 3 days. I have to go for an eternity. He didn't pay like I would have to pay.
It was a rough 3 days.
My punishment
It was a
And they're
rough
like,
weekend.
but he's God, so
You've
that's
had
a
a
big
couple
deal.
rough weekends in your life. You can understand how that is. All right.
It's just, yeah, it doesn't even, but okay, he paid it. I mean, it's all right.
So, but so we get back to this love conquering the fear. Like you said, that verse that says it goes against, because everything in Christianity that we grew up with and understood was based off this fear. The whole system was set up on, these are our rules. Follow these rules. These are the commandments. Even though you're told Jesus paid the price for all these commandments, well, that was just dietary and day-to-day, the legality stuff. You destroy a man's ox, you pay him this. That's gone now with Jesus. But these ones we're going to hold on to. You can eat crawfish all you want and shrimp. That's gone.
There were certain laws like anyone that they thought was referring to homosexuality, that one we keep, but a few verses later where you wear different fabrics together, that one, we don't need that anymore. Eating shellfish, we don't need to have that one anymore. But, women or men wearing women's clothing or vice versa, that one stays, all these things that were just so ridiculous. It's like, okay, you're picking and choosing which ones you want to keep, and anyways, so
the whole basis of Christianity was on, okay, so these are our rules to follow. And if you don't follow them, Kirk Cameron's whole thing, have you ever told a lie? Then you're a liar. You deserve hell. Have you ever stolen anything? Then you're a thief. You deserve hell. It's like, gee, I'm sorry I took that Lego man when I was 6. I gave it back.
Yeah, it's like extreme.
You deserve hell, though. It's like, holy crap. Okay.
I'm like, do I really deserve hell for that?
But it's all tied back to fear and fear of hell. Because if you fall short...
Well, go ahead. I was going to say the verse. Okay, that 1 John 4:18 is where that verse is. And this is what the full verse. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. So there should be no fear of punishment. That's what fear is about, and that's what they use. And if you took that away, then they have no way of controlling you. Like
Let's break that down real quick before we end this thing. If you're dealing with someone that's loving, so we love our children. When we were Christian, our children feared making mistakes. Why?
Because there was going to be a punishment.
Usually the rod was going to come out.
There was not freedom to explore and learn as much as there is now.
Because we were influenced by Dobson. So you did that, you're going to get your swats now. I'm sorry. Is that love? We were told that was love because we were correcting an abhorrent behavior. But was it truly love? If they were fearful, you grew up in that. I didn't really. You had a good, healthy fear.
Yes, and something I noticed is the person who did the spanking is the parent that was feared more. My dad did the spanking, so I feared him more. I did more of the spanking with our kids. I was with them more. They feared me more.
Yeah.
They feared me in a sense, whereas, if you raised your voice or something, that would get their attention, right? But they were like... That's just really sad, but that is what I remember noticing that. Like, okay, it's my dad that I really have a fear towards, which I didn't have towards my mom because she just rarely, if ever, spanked. I don't remember her ever spanking me.
She
would say, wait till your dad gets home. She wasn't what?
She wasn't home enough to do it because they were out working all night long.
True.
So, there was no, that we were told that was love, but really is that love or is that fear? And
people call it respect. It's not. It's absolute fear.
And you learned how to adjust your lifestyle towards that. Yeah. I'm going to listen to the stuff I should get punished for on the radio, but I'm going to listen also for the car to pull up. So when the car pulls up, I know to turn it back to Christian talk radio. So they never knew. You got caught once. So
it didn't stop. It didn't stop that us doing things they thought were wrong, which they would have called sin, right? It just made us hide it.
Yeah.
And it's just like people, like some people are like, where are all these, transgender people coming from? Where are all these gay people coming from? There's more than ever. No, they've always been there.
Mm-hmm.
But because you called it sin and you were going to punish them for it, they stayed hidden.
Yeah.
They still felt the same. They still were the same.
Mm-hmm.
They just had to hide out of the fear of punishment because there wasn't love involved. Now, when there's love, that's when people open up and they're willing to share things because they feel safe. With love, there's safety. So to say that God is not, to say for the Narnia thing, to say that like Christ isn't safe, I think creates a different image of Christ than the Jesus of Nazareth.
Love.
I don't think that's, yeah.
You think about our kids now and they understand we love them and we're going to love them no matter what they do.
They know that, yeah.
So they get in a car accident. We're not going to be upset. We're just going to learn from this experience.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're not going to punish them.
Yeah.
Let's say there are times that we might get upset about something or disappointed about something, but they're not going to get punished. Our love for them is not going to change. We're not going to look at them different. We're not going to treat them different.
For something they do, like we think about the youngest in his grades, we work it out with them. It's
not a punishment usually.
We work it out with them on,
tool of helping them learn. Yeah.
You're starting to sound like a Christian justifying all your shit. It's not a punishment.
No, because a punishment is just like,
what you're saying.
Because like, okay, when they would, let's say a kid would like backtalk, right? That was a big thing when I was a kid. So if a kid backtalked, you'd spank them. How does that teach them not to backtalk? Or you tell, if let's say they hit their sister, then you hit them. It doesn't make sense. Then you're telling them, don't hit or I'm going to hit you.
Well, it's an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You hit, I get hit. So, but
it doesn't really teach them what you're trying to, and you're supposed to help them, teach them how things work so that they can.
Yeah, they learn to fear the punishment instead of learn why I shouldn't.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what Christianity is doing. Fear the punishment of hell. Don't learn why we want to live this way.
And you can make up any random rule and like, this is wrong, this is sinful, don't do it. And so then you're out. You can't do that. And we've seen Christianity create laws. This is wrong. And we've also seen them go backward on that. Like you've seen like the Catholic Church be like, LGBTQ is okay now. You see what I'm saying? Like, and everybody just bends because of what they say rather than what is resonates in the heart, which we all know that love is the core. We really do. I think we just try to. Yeah. It's been.
I mean, that verse it's defuting everything that the church has based a system on, because now, fear is going to be the thing we control and operate with. We got hell. Everyone's going to fall in line because of this hell that we've created.
That happens after death. So we got to keep doing it all the way to death, you know? Yeah.
So now let's, build a system around that, because now we have control of these people, where love casts that out, perfect love. Because if you have perfect love, people are going to understand, okay, I'm not going to be punished unjustly for anything. I'm going to deal with the consequences of my actions.
There's going to be consequences for my actions,
If I do something that hurt someone else, I got to deal with that experience. That's that's life. That's just how things work.
That is fair. Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not going to have this unbearable punishment at the back end of it also to deal with it. So, and that was the image that Christians always want to put out of God. He's so loving. He's perfect love. Okay.
But man, is he ruthless? Yeah.
But is he really perfect love if he's going to actually put people in hell? And they're like, well, they chose hell over him. You go, really?
They're like, it's so obvious. And I was like, if it's obvious, it has to be like, you have to actually literally like see it. Like, this is where you're going. Like, see the Grim Reaper coming at you. Yeah. Be like, you can go here or you can go here. And an example of each experience so that you know for sure, right? Not in a dream, in full reality. That would be obvious, right? Then you're really making a fully like you got the information, you can make your choice. But that's not what's happening. They say it's so obvious. God's telling you through this and this, and it's always like, it's not clear. It is not clear. No,
it's not. And and it's just this whole cognitive dissonance that they have of, no, this is our God, but this isn't their God. Their God's this other thing that they're acting on. And I just think it's interesting that, I think we kind of explored it and done a good job of telling how this love just conquers it all. Because when you have true love, and what do they say in that verse? Perfect love. People aren't going to fear judgments coming from you. Our children don't fear judgment from us because perfect love doesn't have judgment. Perfect love is going to have, hey, okay, yeah, that's probably not good. But we can learn from this and move forward and build on this.
Yeah, it's always like, what can you, there are consequences, natural consequences for things. Let's say a kid, God forbid, murdered somebody, right? Your own child. Some people are like, they expect you to stop loving that child. If you truly love that child, you will not be able to stop loving them. You will still love them. They will have consequences. They will go to prison. They will be in prison for the rest of their life, or have the death penalty, or whatever the penalties are in the culture that you're in. But your love will still be there. It doesn't go away because of that. But you also have to allow the natural consequences so they can actually learn and grow and stop doing something that's harmful to society or themselves, right?
Yeah. I mean, they got to suffer the consequences of their actions. Sorry. I just got a text message. So we'll be wrapping this up here shortly, folks. Be glad.
Must be son.
Yeah. So yeah, they got to suffer the consequences. That's part of life, and that's living in a society.
And that's fitting. That you can learn from that. Yeah.
And to kind of really quickly expand this past religious realm, this is how society should work. Is that, okay, you did something wrong, and we have rules and systems set up in our society for it. You do this crime, this is the time that you get, right? That's what we decided.
You used your freedom to hurt yourself or hurt somebody else.
And in
therefore,
our system,
you will lose your freedom.
They're set up that it can't be unreasonable. It has to be a proper punishment for it. So you take a life, well, then you're going to spend your life in prison. That's just a cost. You know, maybe after 30, 40 years, we can reevaluate and see if you've been reformed and learned your lesson and then return you back in. But you're spending some time in here for your stuff. Right. So when someone, is selling pot, why are we giving them 20 years for this? Or possessing weed?
Well, you can justify that through Christianity because their God overextends by doing hell. But also you can justify them giving some of their pastors and their leaders for doing God knows what, some awful things. And they'll be like, grace covers it. And so they have two ways to use it in that actually doesn't help a person change or grow at all. There's no accountability for one, and there's over punishment for the other.
There's so many times a repeat offense when they've extended the grace, and the Duggars are a complete example of this. Well, we took care of it. Don't worry about the legal system coming in. Dad and the pastor, we counseled them and took care of it. And a couple years later, you took care of it really good.
Gosh, and who knows if they would have actually dealt with the problem, he might not be in the situation that he's in today.
Exactly.
But they didn't want to do it that way. They thought that they knew best.
Anyways, just kind of wrap this up. This isn't just a religious thing because fear is controlling a lot of different. You look at the MAGA movement, it's operated and controlled by fear. Fear of these people being in our country, fear of this happening here, fear of these people taking this from us, fear of this from here.
Other.
And all it's doing is making the rich people rich. They're using that fear to control and manipulate. Here's my money. And that money goes into these guys' pockets, and they just keep putting out that fear. Oh, we got to protect this. Nothing's getting done. Everything's the same. We'll do some certain things here and there. So now that puts more fear out there because you have ICE running around or you have the National Guard in communities.
And then they let it spread through media. And they create the fear, just like in Mad Men. I've brought that up before. They create the itch and then they create the scratch to the itch, So they're creating who we're supposed to fear. And then they create the solution. And it's always a fear of other, always.
Yeah.
So somebody is a bad guy somewhere, and we are constantly looking for that bad guy. And it's no different. Even when you get out of when you start deconstructing, it's easy to flip and be like, Christians are the ones to fear, but we don't need to fear them. Like they're pathetic in their belief system in a way. Like I kind of pity them, but it's like, I'm not afraid of them because I'm not afraid of a hell or a God. Their God's not going to punish us. He's not real.
To put a bow on this one, to use it in general life and not just in deconstruction and religious, go to the Bible where it says, perfect love cast out fear. If you want a solution, because we live in a society of fear, we are motivated and driven by fear. You can't deny that. Everything we see and look at, whether it's from the administration right now putting out their fear, or whether it's from the rebuttal on the other side, because all they're doing is putting out more fear of that.
Yes, there's a lot of fear mongering all over the place. Yeah.
Perfect love will dissolve all that. So if we can just stop buying into the fear and start getting plugged into the community and start understanding and showing perfect love and perfect just acceptance of other people and just letting them be human.
Letting them show you who they are. And then you can adjust whether you want to be around them or not, but you don't need to make rules on top of people. If they're not hurting anybody, they're not hurting themselves, they're not hurting anybody else. Like, that's how we, and we just love them, accept them for who they are. And doesn't mean you have to like everybody. You don't have to agree with everything.
Kind of a example would be how I look at the Epstein files, because he's in the Epstein files. Let's punish him. Yes, I 100% agree. But the rebuttal is, well, what about all these guys on the other side of the aisle that are in Epstein files?
Them too.
Punish them.
Yes.
Everybody
should get
release it all.
Everybody should get the consequences of what they did. It's wrong.
Who participated in these acts? I don't care if you're a donkey or an elephant.
Yeah.
You're in there and you were seen as being part of this. See ya.
Yeah.
You got to suffer the consequences of it.
If you commit the crime, you have to do the time for it. Period.
It's just, I'm not going to take a side. I'm not going to live in the fear of whatever this. Let's get back into just getting into our communities and getting involved with each other and dissolving all this fear. If we start doing that and we start dealing with immigrants that are in our country on a green card or something like that, and they're working alongside you, and you get to know them and you understand, well, this guy's working for his family just like I am. He's trying to provide a good life and a living that he can't get where he's from, maybe. So he came here for the opportunity and trying to give his life, trying to take a step upwards for his family.
He took advantage of an opportunity, which we all do, right?
Yeah. Or you get alongside someone that might be having government assistance and you start getting to know them a little bit and you're like, geez, yeah, they've had it tough, or they just can't get over this hump, and this is helping them get past that. Maybe after a few years on this, they can get over that hump and get on to the next thing and start.
Or maybe they have mental health.
There's
mental health stuff going on, and maybe we provide free health care so people can get mental health help, and then they could get off of some of those things if they got enough help where they could understand how their brain works and work with it instead of fighting it constantly.
You can't do that unless you get involved and get out and start meeting with people and talking with people and understanding where they come from.
That are different from you, that are different.
The whole walk a mile in their shoes type situation. Understand, get to know them, put a face, put humanity to them, so then you can understand they have struggles too. And this is helping them out. It's not just sowing milk in the system. There are examples of that, and you may run across that. Those people need to be dealt with then. If it's truly, I'm taking advantage of a situation or whatever it may be. Okay, then we can deal with that when we cross that bridge. But at least you got to know what's going on instead of going there. So once you start doing that and casting perfect love out to the community of just acceptance and that, the fear goes away. And then their control.
Fear of you goes away too. It spreads. It will spread, and it starts with learning to love yourself, accept yourself as you are, understand who you are.
And then the fear
that will easily branch out. Yeah.
The fear gets put back onto the communities then. or not the community,
or not
sorry,
aunt.
the systems that are putting us out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it needs to be. They need to fear the people and not the people fear what they're saying. So,
Yeah, they need to fear. Yeah, it needs to be flipped around. If you're going to fear, it's the fear love. Fear should fear love rather, because love is so powerful, you know?
Yeah. So, all right. If you're listening to us on YouTube, this hand right up here, go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow. We'd appreciate that. Leave us a comment if you have a moment. We love hearing comments from you. If you're on a streamer, audio streamer, Spotify, whatever, go up and give us 5 stars. We appreciate that greatly. It helps out a ton. Yeah, it's big for us. It helps push us out and all that good stuff. So if you can do that, we'd appreciate it. And if you got a moment there also, give us a little comment, because again, we just love comments. It's our favorite when we hear from you people. So what do you mean by you people? Stoners. That's what we used to call you.
From Drop the Stones, yeah.
So if you can do that, that's great. Go down below and get all our links. Everything that we're doing is linked up there. DannyCan.com is down below. A couple of the other things Candy's doing is down below also. So go in there and click on that and expand your horizons in the Danny Can universe. But other than that, I got a young man to go pick up. Otherwise, he gets a little antsy and thinks we don't love him anymore if we're not there, beckoning at his every wish, at his becking call. Mm-hmm. So have yourself a good week. 8 days till Christmas. Have a jingle jolly Merry Christmas to you.
All right. Happy holidays. Bye.
Bye.